No, unless you like.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah, you're right.
We're live.
What up?
People will start jumping in here in a minute. We're on location.
Get over here.
This,
What?
My little pal friend.
This is our very first
Mobile live.
We're not in studio today.
No, we are not.
So
That's
what up
cool.
with Rob and Chris is here with Sara.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out.
Oh, you have to do it. But we're. I offended you.
If you don't know Sara Grace, you should. Holistic healer, paramedic, and Arthur. If you watched our actual interview, author, excuse me.
Yeah.
How are you, Don?
I'm very well, thank you, Chris.
Good.
Thank you, Rob. It's great to be here with
This
you
is
guys.
amazing that we
Thanks for
get to
coming
be
to me.
here. Came to you,
Came to me.
and I was not able to be at the taping of the show.
Right.
Now we're on our live, and so I've been really excited because I hadn't read the whole book, but I started reading this, and amazing read. Legit. I'm not a big reader, and you start reading and you can't stop reading because there's so much happening, and you're wondering what's going to happen next.
It's intense, yes.
It's pretty intense. So if you like that, that's where you want to be. We have a lot to go over before we get into that.
Yes.
Because we've been busy still. We always update everybody on what we've done in the past week and what we posted and where we're going.
What have we posted? Oh, yes. We had our 50th video.
Ooh.
Our 50th episode, as we like to call it.
So we've gone past that.
Yeah, this will be number 53 that we've done.
Yep.
So kind of exciting.
Also, the What Up with Rob bagel sandwich is live.
With Rob?
The
What Up with Rob. Okay,
What Up with Rob
see how
sandwich.
it is.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
You started it earlier.
Put them up.
So go to get the Rob and Chris sandwich. It is a Philly cheesesteak at Bagel and Bead in Lincoln.
Oh, yes.
It is amazing. We've had some amazing feedback. A foodie guy. And we want to give to him, Foodie Ninja.
Yes, Foodie Ninja.
Yep. He hooked us up with his sauce.
Hot sauce.
So
and I can't wait to try it.
Where's
my
the
God.
Foodie Ninja app? Is he in Lincoln too?
We don't know where
he is.
Foodie Ninja, where are you?
He hides in the shadows.
Oh,
Yes.
so he's like a legit ninja.
We don't know, but he just pops up at all these really cool places, and so he's been amazing. He's actually supported it. He went into the sandwich. He made his own little everything he puts on has the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, the hottest you can find. He put jalapenos on it. He's just so excited about it. So he went there and ate it. My parents are running down to get it. The sandwich is big. But What Up with Rob and Chris?
Well, we're kind of big too, so
yes. And I've been down there and I've been trying it with different bagels underneath. So I've done the sesame bagel under it. I've done the salt, and then today I did the onion. Ooh. Couldn't you smell? Couldn't you tell I did the onion today?
Well, I wasn't gonna say. I was trying to be nice, which is very rare, at least.
The other thing is this: we are posting this week a show that I actually filmed way before What Up with Rob and Chris and What Up Plaster and all that, and it was a guy who played for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yes, it's actually pretty cool.
He's actually was just a minor leaguer, but there's a lot of great stories because he was really good friends with a lot of the guys that were big time players before he got there that became his coaches. Mm-hmm. And also a great story about Jackie Robinson and him being out on the field and Jackie Robinson playing catch with him and helping fix his throwing from shortstop to first. And just, it's an amazing one. I broke up an hour and 40 minutes of interview into 10-minute-ish segments. So I only got 3 up there right now, but there's going to be another probably 10, 11 shows in there. So it's a whole series. So if you want to check that out, it's amazing. Todd Bernstein. Do you know Todd? Okay. I know Todd from a swim team. So awesome to see that Todd's here.
Hi, Todd.
And
Hi,
that's cool because you
Annie.
both know
Love
him.
you.
That's great. So
Yes,
Todd
we
worked
ran
with them
calls
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
He's another OG.
That's
Can
right.
I get an amen, folks?
Yep. So hey, Todd, it's good to see you here.
Yes.
So that show is in a playlist. They're 10-minute bites. fascinating. If you want to sit it, if I put all the hour and 40 minutes out there, it's just too much. It doesn't break it up. So I wanted to break it up for everybody, and you can go and watch what you want, but there's a lot more to come in there. So our page is actually going to be full of quite a lot of shows this week because of that. We still have an interesting show that we filmed with the people that were on TV.
Oh, yes.
And it was
Twirling.
what's the game?
What are you?
Oh.
What is this?
The
We got knives.
They
We
do
got five.
twirling, batons.
There you
What's
go.
the name of the game?
Anyways,
It's with Wayne Brady.
It's with Wayne Brady. They were on
Fox,
TV. They have
so.
to pick what this person is and their talent, and they were on it. And they're from Lincoln, and they're amazing. The girls are amazing. The dad's amazing. The mom, who doesn't want to be on the camera, but the story we got after we filmed, we're like, wait a second, we needed more of that. So
she was from Amsterdam. He was from America. It was a true love story when they met and competed against each other.
In baton, in a world championship,
twirling.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
So that's going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal show. We still have a comedian one we got to finish doing. We got NASCAR stuff. We have a lot of stuff happening.
Coming at you.
We are
coming at them live right now.
We are coming live. So that's our updates for where we're at now, what we've done, what we're doing. And well, we might as well get right back into our graces. And
yes.
So way we wanted to start it off tonight.
Now, isn't this the first time you've done this too?
I've never done
so
this.
they never traveled to location.
Yes.
And now they're going to put me in the hot seat.
Yeah. She is the first of all first.
So we're just going, we're just going to knock this out because I have no idea what's coming.
I don't even know what's coming.
We got another one. Oh, you got your buddy.
All right.
He just joined us. Isn't that
what up? What up?
Yep.
Hey, Wyatt, how you doing,
Wyatt is here. Oh, and there was Game of Talents was the show that they were on.
Oh, thank you. Game of Talents.
Perfect. So we haven't done this. We are going to play our game tonight, which is Stump Rob and Chris.
And Sara.
That super producer loves to get us.
I got 2 games.
You get 2 games. Well, this isn't really a game, but the second one's a game.
Yes.
So we're just really excited about this. This is going to be fun. So let's get right into it. We already killed one off because we already had the answer, but we'll ask it really quick so she can get it out of the way for all the viewers.
Yes.
Because this is who we were really asking for. Are you single? Asking for our friends.
Asking for your friend. I'm not single.
She's not single. And he's amazing.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Nick.
Great guy.
Nick
is amazing. Just the cutest couple in the world. So got that out of the way.
Italian stud muffin. That's right.
There you go.
Hollywood cameraman, Italian stud muffin.
Oh,
There
he's amazing and impressive. So
that's why we get along so well. You like Italians. I mean, you'll figure, right?
Yeah, you know.
All right, so we're gonna go into a rapid fire kind of a thing. We've never done it before, so we'll see how this goes.
And I haven't heard any of the questions.
Okay. Am I supposed to answer fast, or is it like
you can just we're gonna have fun with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
not pressure.
no pressure.
No pressure.
So we'll start
get it done now.
Pretty easy, I think we'll go with.
Perform.
And my handwriting, because you super producer does it, I have terrible handwriting, but I can read it at least. So, what would be your superpower if you were a superhero?
Well,
Would you have a superpower and you are a superhero? I know.
Yes, she does, folks.
Well, I'd love to fly.
Oh,
It would either be fly or invisible.
I like it.
So I like those. But I'll tell you about the actual, I don't want to say voodoo that I do, but I legit do that stuff all the time anyway.
Yeah, so there's voodoo conversations coming on soon.
Coming at you live later.
This is a really exciting show. All right. If you chose where we went to dinner, where would you go? Where would we go?
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Out of all the places that you could choose in the whole world for us to go to dinner, it would be Chipotle.
Cash. Either that or we have to do a super fancy 5-star or fine dining dressed to the nines.
Okay. That sounds great.
This guy doesn't do 5-star. Come on. I got my polo. I got my shorts. I'm set.
It's the polarity between that and.
I get that. Yeah. There's the comfort of a place that you just love.
Yeah.
But going to the nines is a whole special experience. I got to do that in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago at the Eiffel Tower restaurant. Was
we're going to Vegas.
Incredible. Oh my gosh. So the food in Vegas, there's tons of stuff. Yeah, just go there.
Go.
Next one. Here we go. what is the first thing you notice about the opposite sex?
Well, again, I'm a cheater because I can see your energy field, so I know all your secrets.
I love it. I love it.
So I notice their auric field and all the shit that they're hiding from everybody else. Can I cut something?
Yeah, you're fine.
All the
It's
stuff
good.
that they can cut, that they're hiding from people.
Yeah, see, that didn't work because she's got a whole other level of what she.
And when she sees me, it's plaid. So I mean, she just was way overwhelmed.
And you know, as we asked a lot of these questions to super producer last night as we were practicing this, and she's like, "Oh, it's the smell," but Sarah sees a whole different thing.
Yeah,
and we'll get into more of that. It's
a whole thing.
It's a whole exciting thing.
I can't wait.
If you won $1 million, what would you buy?
I'm not entirely materialistic, but I would like to have land in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm from South Dakota, so 100 acres in South Dakota, and then we want a place in Belize.
Oh, on the island out there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like
So
it.
that's our plan.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore, the whole.
Yeah, and like tribal, like I'm connected with my family to the Lakota Sioux, and so that's their land, and I'd like to go home. And I want to have a holistic PTSD retreat.
One of my favorite places out there was they have like this Flintstone dinosaur park.
Oh yeah.
See, I know. Yeah. Rapid City. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, I know all that.
That's right.
There we go.
We're connecting right now. She knows all my secrets, but we're connecting.
She'll tell you a few that you can't remember either, or didn't know, or forgot about because they're way so far back. Anyway, next.
Well, I'm going to throw one in. Because you, from there, who would you add to Mount Rushmore?
Oh, God. No.
that was a good stopper.
Let's just stay right there. I loved it. No.
No.
Stick a fork in it.
No, nobody.
Done.
No.
Gone. Thanks for playing. It's all your pleasure. Anyway, next.
All right. How old were you when you had the worst haircut ever, and what style was it?
I had a little, like, what was it, bottle cap? That little thing, because I wanted to be Marilee Retton back when she was like,
okay.
So I was like 8 or 9, and it was ridiculous. I had huge buck teeth and a bottle cap.
I love it.
Good time.
I love it.
That's awesome. Okay, that was a good one. All right. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
Honestly, 15 minutes max, shower included. Yeah, and Nick is he takes way longer than I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's got 3 times the work that I do.
Nick,
awesome.
She's busting your balls right there, right now, live. Just letting you know, sir.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
He's very,
Super
Would you
producer,
call
can you
him
answer that one for us?
retro, very glam. Yeah.
No, super producer one doesn't want to answer that one. What is your favorite movie quote?
Quote?
Or line or...
Oh my goodness. There's so many.
Yeah.
Movie quote, though.
Like
things jumping into my head is like I don't even know what my favorite movie is, to be honest with you. Oh, I like Mamma Mia. All the songs and the musicals.
Yeah.
So we go with that.
Can I be bad? Because I have
say
one
something.
for you.
Say something for me.
I see dead people.
Okay.
Sorry.
That makes sense.
That's a perfectly fitting one for me because I do.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
Hey, we got a quick rapid fire for you. Do you ever wear your hat facing forward?
No.
Doesn't happen. Not on camera, actually.
Yes.
That's the answer. Because when you put the bill on the front, then it's all shadow. So we actually trained him, but he won't take the hat off. Unless he's getting it shaved. If you haven't seen that show, where he had this beard that was down here and...
You did?
Yeah, you have to watch this show.
Did you like Travis?
No, I couldn't quite get it. Wasn't quite long enough for me to be able to get a good braid on it, but we're working on it.
So this show, you guys all have to watch. It's in there, and it was manscaping.
Yes.
Was it was called. So he shaves this off, and then like for the next week, he's sitting there like trying to grab
something.
Well, wasn't there anymore. But it also was that his daughter came and did half of our makeup. And we had to copy it on the other side. Yeah. And the best part was that he had just shaved his head and this was gone. And it was like Mrs. Fester.
Nah.
It was the Addams Family Mrs. Fester. It was hilarious. And then the whole makeup thing that's just a funny show. That was just punishment. Super producer was all of, gotta watch that show because it's funny.
Yes.
That's a good one.
It was.
All right. Next. That was the one that I just read.
Good job there, Spark.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I love travel. I've been all over the world.
Yeah.
So my next place would be, well, once things open again, probably back to like Caribbean or Belize, or we just went to
Get to the beach, get out in the ocean.
I like that. I like
Why do I see you like in Nepal or something like that?
that'd be cool too. Bali, Nepal. I travel though all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
Go live your lives before you die.
Absolutely.
Amen to that.
That's right.
Just live.
I only got like 10 years, so I'm going.
What is your favorite Halloween costume?
Nothing.
Like naked?
Yeah.
Birthday suits.
Birthday suits always the best. Always the best.
Hold on. Just take that. Can we
Always
take
the
that
best.
in, please, for a moment? Please?
Yeah.
Just
This is
I
our
know.
new to try.
I can handle it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about, first of all, we got some books. We got some
Things going on.
yes, we do.
Sarah
Published a few things.
is a psychic paramedic, or was a paramedic.
I still am.
She
I'm
still is.
just not running calls anymore, but I
Okay.
teach still. Every once in
Teaches.
a while.
But you also work with people all over the world
I do.
and help them through processes. And actually, there's a, PTSD recovery.
That's for first responders, military, and their families, y'all.
So that's actually kind of a big thing. We have a lot of military that kind of help with all of us. And Jack.
Yes.
Jack. Hey,
Sorry.
Squirrel. So, man, Chris, I could talk all night and have a lot of questions.
And I'm letting you.
Okay, I just want to make sure because you know her well, and I don't know. I want to know where you want to go.
So, I think the holistic healing PTSD recovery is kind of huge,
Okay.
especially right now with everything that's going on with COVID. Excuse me, I said the C word. I apologize.
Unicorn.
That too.
Right.
But what we're noticing is a lot of first responders are getting sick, having problems, and some of them cope with it, some of them can't. And I'll tell you what, this young lady is probably, in my opinion, one of the best people to help somebody work through it, especially, our macho attitudes that we do have. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I had a macho attitude, went and saw her, and she helped me through some stuff. And I'm going to bring it up if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
But when her and I did a session, it was, how do I put it? It was like walking down a road and the road kept changing and things just kind of kept going away. And she said that I had thousands upon thousands upon thousands of attachments still.
It's like a spider web was what he means by that. Energetic spider web that people.
Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong. I saw more than others and less than some, but I didn't realize that I still had these type of attachments. And
from the ambulance he's talking.
Yeah, thank you. And it was amazing. After that session, it was surreal almost, because I remember saying those exact words. That was surreal, coming out with it. So, I mean, me, this big macho, goofy looking SOB, I'll tell you what, it helped me out tremendously, and it got me refocused and got my inner soul a lot better. And that was after, as we've talked about, my heart attack, then my second heart attack. And after my first heart attack, I had a stroke. So there was a lot going on there and all that kind of good stuff. And, I am a firm believer that you do need to talk to somebody to help you out. And this is a great start, especially for, us folks that have egos. And I've talked way too much about that, but we do have big egos, and, we are machismo, and we need to,
and here's the deal. As first responders, and I'd like to back up and just kind of like give the audience an introduction to like what I do or what holistic healing is. Okay. So for me, my deal is I've been a licensed paramedic now 18 years in California. I worked in Compton, Inglewood 2 years, and then San Jose, and then Saginaw class. And I did 911 there, taught at paramedic school, National Registry, did all this stuff forever. But I've also been able to see, hear, and feel energy outside of the normal senses since I was 7. So that I just woke up one day and I could see colors around people, and I could kind of feel what they were feeling, or like I started seeing things in their bodies, and I didn't know what it meant. And I was a little kid, so I started talking about it, and my parents were like, hellfire and brimstone, you know, don't ever talk about this or we'll send you away. So I thought that there was something like mentally wrong. So I tried to stuff it down, toxic shame, all kinds of stuff. And for me, it was drugs, alcohol, and into overdoses and all kinds of crazy things just to try to cope due to the shame, right? So fast forward, I picked myself up and become a paramedic, and the energies just start working through me on these 911 calls. And I became the paramedic who was always there for death. Right?
Yes.
Like
super
gnarly calls were my wheelhouse. And so in that, I can actually see the chakra systems releasing and the soul exiting the crown of the head, and me doing CPR, and I could literally watch them transition. And that's what the first book, that's all about that. That's like what it is.
It's unbelievable.
And so then, but I had this huge internal conflict because I, one, had shame about it and fear about it because I didn't want to be weird or like, you know, mentally unstable. And so then I get into a really alpha macho field and a male dominated field. So I'm not going to be talking about, I see colors around you, like, you know, but they could feel it on scene. They could feel it, even though I didn't know at that time what I was doing. And so I was still closeted for the first 10 years of my career, but people were kind of like, what are you doing? And so it was a SIDS call, 3-week-old in Rockland, and the firefighter throws me, hot potatoes me, the dead kid. And I just froze. And this energy just kind of knocked me out of the way and took me over, and we ran the baby and got it to the hospital, and baby made it. Well, that was the call for me that changed everything, because I was like finally at that moment where I was like, I have to understand what this is, right? It's helping people. It can't be bad, right? But I'm very fearful still at that point. And then I'm very like, if it's not grounded and practical, like it doesn't resonate. If it's super woo-woo, foo-foo, to me, I'm like, whatever, right? And I just have too much 911 experience to like, you know? And so I started with Reiki, shamanism, medical intuition, mediumship, energy healing, and holistic healing. And so those are all branches. Now, when you understand coming over into the holistic recovery and holistic healing, what holistic means is body, mind, spirit together. Okay? So we have Western care, which is going to be allopathic, which most of us are familiar with. There's Eastern, and Western care is surgery and pharma.
Okay,
for the most part. Western comes in, we're very, very needed in crises, emergency. If it's going to kill you in the next 10 minutes, Western's what you need. If you need surgery, legit, you need Western care, right? But when it comes to chronic, when it comes to like emotional recovery, that type of thing, then we just medicate. And more disease festers, right? Then we get into Eastern practice. These guys are tried and true, been around for thousands and thousands of years. Acupuncture, acupressure, Chinese herbs, Qigong, like Tai, all of these things. And that's more along the lines of holistic because it's body, mind, spirit. Okay? And then in the world of holistic healing and kind of energy healing, that's the world that I work in now. And what we do is work with the subtle energy fields to bring body, mind, spirit into balance. Okay. So I have a very specific in and niche with these guys because I am one of them. Because they won't listen to anybody if they haven't actually been there. And so I've got kind of this neat little ability to go in and talk to like SWAT dudes or cop dudes or like, you know, the guys, 7-tour Army Special Ranger. Like he was just like the baddest of the bad. Comes in, and the only reason he'd be willing to open up and to talk is because he knows that I've been there. Exactly. Right? And we can make it grounded, we can make it practical. But where we're at right now is 25 to 35 suicides a day between military and first responders. It's becoming more and more open. People are finally starting to talk about, but it's still very stifled. There's still a lot of stigma. And so what I do in here is I take all the legwork out of it for you guys because I've been out here like researching and doing all this stuff for all these years. But it's like EMDR, brain spotting, binaural audio, infrared saunas. There's all of these tools that are available, trauma release exercises. And it's like I just write stories of people that I interviewed, and then I give you all the websites and information that you need. So it's like spoon feeding you. Here's how to navigate the space that you're in. Okay.
And you only work with those type of people. You don't work outside.
Oh no, I work with everybody. I got clients all over the world, and I deal with anything from people who are just really energetically sensitive like me and trying to figure out
That's
what that is?
I was actually going to ask you about that. As we were talking, that's some of the questions that I wanted to bring up was energy sensitive. What is that like to be with like when you guys are together? Are you guys?
Are you talking about session?
No, let's say you just walk, or you go into a room and you're with somebody who's energy sensitive like you.
Yes.
What is there a different type of a feel when that happens?
Yes.
That was what I was wondering. See where I'm going? My brain.
I know exactly where you're going.
And I didn't know how to
He's trying
explain
to
it.
figure out if the energy gets more heightened, or
Yes,
if
what's going on there?
it's more of a electrical feeling, or
Something different.
Yeah.
What's different? Was there a change in that experience?
Well, so think of it like this. Everything is a sea of energy. We're living in a soup of energy.
Okay.
So all things are moving currents. It's
Right.
energy is moving waveform. Okay. And our physical body and our human energy field is our little capsule. It's our little semi-permeable membrane, right? So most people have had the experience of they're sitting in a room, somebody walks in and they instantly know if they like them or don't like them. Everybody's had that experience.
I
Or-
got into the house. I'm okay
You're
right now.
okay right now. Or you're thinking about somebody and then they call.
Oh,
Everybody's had that experience.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Except for
That happens a
me,
lot.
right? And that's the intuitive connected web, right? That's
Yeah.
the subtle energy field. So that's going to be just a higher level of consciousness or awareness, right? But again, since everything is waveform, and it's really cute when people are like, this doesn't exist. It's like, well, you can't see a satellite transmission, but you get the text.
Yeah.
You can't see the
Right.
microwave, which food cooks, right?
Can you will that? Or does it have to be
Most-
natural? Like you want your mom to call you tomorrow. Or you're willing that I wish we were talking. Maybe, can you will it a little bit?
You can set an intention.
Yes, thank you.
But everybody has free will
Right.
here. So you can't make people. So you can set the intention and allow the universe to bring it.
Yes.
Okay.
so basically give them a thought.
Yes. So it's setting an intention of what you want, and that's a declaration energetically.
Got
And
it.
how far can that go out? Like,
It's infinite.
but I mean, like, so somebody that you're close to and know well, does that have more power? Here's why I'm asking.
Mhm.
Just so I
Cut to
can
the
get it.
chase.
Yeah, none of that. Let's say I want to interview Pee Wee Herman, and I'm trying to reach out to Pee Wee Herman.
Pee-wee.
Mhm.
Can I set the intention to hope that he actually pays attention
So
to
what
that?
you can do is set the intention to facilitate an interview, and then potentially, and then you don't try to tell exactly how it's going to go.
Okay.
That's the universe's job.
Well,
You
Okay.
set
hold
the
on, hold on.
intention, and then it.
But do you want Paul Rubens or do you want the character?
Well, that's the confusing key because he can play
Yeah.
it both ways. But I think, and I'm putting that out because obviously he's somebody I'd love to interview. It was interesting in the
He's still alive.
intention,
Yeah. He is.
but the intention that I had that I wanted to interview somebody from musical youth.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Mhm.
The same thing with Sheila Kennedy with Big Brother 9.
Superpower.
Happy birthday, Sheila.
Yes. Happy belated birthday.
It was yesterday. But that intention went, and the fact that she's like, yeah, I'll do it was amazing.
Mhm.
But then I have those same types of feels of intentions of some of the other people that I put out to, and there's nothing. So like you said, there's the free will of it.
Correct.
Okay. But it doesn't mean that I haven't put the intention that they hasn't somehow manifested there. It's just whether or not they grab onto that subconsciously. or whatever.
There's a million moving parts to it.
Okay,
The-
so
the,
you-
the most powerful way to manifest tangible reality experience is by first knowing what you want. Then you set the intention towards that. You take daily action steps on your end to facilitate that to
Okay.
happen. It's not like the law of attraction cracks me up. The vision boards, I love it. It's great. Like, I want this house, but I'm going to sit on my couch and wait for it.
Right.
That's not how this works.
Yeah,
That's not how this works
Right.
at all. But so do you see what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And so it's like you get clear on what you want, and then you set the intention, and then you surrender to the universe while still taking daily steps towards that. Which
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
That makes a lot more. It's just fascinating how that actually works into as I go and build this show,
Mhm.
and then trying to reconnect to the fact that I want that. Sometimes you're shooting for the moon, and then sometimes what did you say we were earlier? We're a local, internationally
Internationally local.
local show.
Yeah.
We started as What Up Placer, but our intention became bigger. And when we went bigger, we went to London.
Yeah.
Right. And our intention went big right then and there. So that's a fascinating, thank you for answering that.
You're welcome.
Because that's.
And it's very important to understand as well. So again, the mainstream doesn't understand a tremendous amount yet about the holistic. That's part of why I'm on this planet, that's a big part of my dharma, is to kind of break this stuff down and make it palatable and understandable.
Yeah.
Okay? So, but most people have heard of law of attraction because The Secret, the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is great in that there is a law of attraction. But what a lot of people don't understand is the power of the mind, the conscious mind, is minuscule compared to the power of the subconscious. Okay. And so the difference is, yes, you want to know what you want. Vision boarding is great because then you can directly see it. But the mental body is only one layer. The subconscious realms. So from birth to age 7, it's about 6 or 7, we're just wide open little energy balls. Okay. Everything around us is imprinting and impressing.
Right.
That becomes around age 7, the ego forms the sense of I am, forms like separate. I have likes, I have dislikes, I am this. So then the auric field forms. And all of that data from the first 7 years, and I think this is a bit of a cosmic joke because I'm like, really? Like, we're going to, like, it goes under into our cells, into our body. It becomes the subconscious program. Okay? This is the human condition. We are all like this. I've yet to meet anybody who's not, anyway. And along that time, we make 2 very huge life choices and decisions. And it's usually along, I am worthy, I'm safe or I'm not safe, I'm lovable or I'm not lovable, I'm good or I'm bad. They're huge, which is why I think it's part of the cosmic joke, because we make huge life decisions out of our environment, which a lot of us didn't come from good environments, before the age of 7. And that stay in our subconscious. And our subconscious, people think we're manifesting from our conscious awareness, power of positive thinking, and that's great. But if you don't have the underlying energetics, if you don't have the underlying emotions, it's night and day, because depending on the data, 93-95% of our everyday reality is coming from the subconscious. Okay. So our conscious awareness is great, but that's like setting the GPS. And when you understand how to work with getting into healing your stuff, and we all have stuff. Everybody has stuff. We're human. Mm-hmm. But as you learn how to go inward, right? And it's all about like go inward, stop with the distraction externally, take some time to figure out who you are, what you like, what are your fears, what are your habits and your addictions, and what are you hiding from or like running from, that kind of thing. You start to self-connect, and when you self-connect, you go inward and you can locate these patterns. And from there, there's all kinds of things that are in books like this to reprogram that.
Right.
And when you reprogram that and you line up with your GPS, infinite.
It's a flow.
And that's how this book that I self-published, not knowing anything of what I was doing, became a bestseller. And I've been on NPR and Coast to Coast and House Radio and like.
But now you made it big. You're on What Up with Rob and Chris.
You know,
I had to get that in.
You did.
So I just had an epiphany because it kind of, a lot of things just kind of came together right then and there.
Kind of makes sense when you break it down, right?
Because number one, me and you, when we worked together, we had a special connection where we really didn't have to talk.
Right.
We just knew what, who, what, when, where, and how, what needed to be done, and what got done. And we'd always have the firefighters going, what?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's almost like we needed to delay those few times because this was the moment that we needed to be together to put everything together for everything to go even further and even better.
Totally. It's something called divine timing.
There it is. Thank you.
Divine timing.
I couldn't spit that out.
I want to say something really quick for the ones that watch Todd. And if you have a question, please post.
What do you want to ask me, Todd?
Just because
What do you want to ask me,
as we go, because we're only going to go so long. But if you have a question, please fire it out. We'll get it going. In all that conversation, my brain keeps going. And
see the steam coming out.
My question is, so you talked about the intention that you can put out, the intentions that people put on you. How does that bear down on you? And I let me try and clean that up a little bit. Can other people's intentions weigh on you so much that makes it hard for you to function?
Okay, so yes and no.
Okay.
So in the way of hexes or spells or things, sometimes people come and they're like, somebody put a curse on me, and like that's why my life sucks. I'm like, well, somebody like if somebody's sending something to you in the way of that, the only way that it lands is if you open the door and buy into it.
Yeah.
If you don't buy into it and you're like, not my chair, handle your biz, it can't lodge in your energy field. Okay, so just don't forget about that. I have people from all over the world asking me about that one. Okay, that said, everything is energetic waveform. The human energy field is roughly 9 feet circumferential. Okay, and it's a semi-permeable membrane with thousands of energetic transmissions coming and going all day, every day. Okay,
So all of us right here are sharing that.
that's correct, and we
Interesting.
always are. So think of it now. People like me who are energetically sensitive. What that means is my nervous system, and this is a physiological thing, my nervous system is like 2 to 3 times as sensitive as I don't know what a normal person is. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
But for sensitive people, we are very attuned to the subtle. I'm always very attuned. I'm always aware of all of this other data and information that's happening that's around all of us. It's just something a lot of people can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I thought I was this weirdo growing up, but come to find out now it's 15 to 20% of the world's population is like this.
Really?
Oh.
So 1.6 billion. Okay,
Wow.
And there's 55 million of us in America alone. Now, that was a big load off my shoulders.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that, there's a spectrum. So like the autism scale, the biggest chunk, the biggest branch on the spectrum is what is called an empath or just a sensitive. And so the empath, to get back to your question, is can other people's ish mess with your, flow? Yes, it can if you don't know how to regulate your field and if you're sensitive.
And I'm asking that as far as like a friend or a parent or somebody that's close to you can do that to you.
Yes, and so
because you're more willing to open the door to that when you may not really realize that that's what you're doing.
Right. Well, and let me describe what an empath is. So an empath is somebody. So again, remember, energy comes and goes through everybody all times. That's all any of this is. All of this is waveform. Okay. Yeah. And we're having a human experience.
Right.
So we have our ego, senses, gravity. Right. That's what and duality.
Yes.
Right. That's what makes this. And with that, an empath feels really deeply other people's feelings or their pain or their whatever, but they take it on like a sponge. And they usually hold it in their belly. And that is like, of that segment of the 15 to 20%, that's the biggest bulk.
Yes.
Okay. And then you got people like me. My primary is I can see. I just always see energy, and it looks like overlays. Like I can see you, and then I see all these overlays, right? Okay. And there's moving energy all the time for me. And then I just know. So you ever just known something? You're just like, I just know I should do that, right?
Yeah.
Or you like know what you're gonna do, or it's just what to do before it happens. You just know.
Yeah.
That's one of them. Okay. And then for people like me, I can hear. Sometimes I'll just get a very clear, audible, do this, okay? And so there's a
Is it a specific type of I want to call it a voice, but I'm not sure if that's what you would consider. Is it a specific type of a sound, a person that you hear, the voice that you hear, or whatever?
Do you hear voices?
I know. I was trying to avoid that. I'm so trying not to say that.
It's called clairaudience. So clairvoyance is clear seeing, claircognizance is clear knowing, clairsentient is clear feeling, very much like empath. Clairaudience, is the audio one. Okay.
Okay.
And that everybody comes in different. For me, my information and data comes in right here on the left side. It always has. And I usually hear in the left ear. For me, it's oftentimes, and on the 911 calls, it was oftentimes a male voice in English saying 1 or 2 words, and it would just give me a directive.
Really?
It'd be like, do this. Okay? And so and that one is not my strength. It's not my number one skill. My number one skill is the seeing,
Yes.
and then I can feel, and so I can, between seeing and feeling, I can do all this. What I do is energetic surgery on people. That's what I do all day, every day now, right?
Gotcha.
Which is a complete reset and reboot of the subtle fields, so that the disease and addictions and trauma and pain can finally be released from the body. So he's talking like, I got all these attachments. What does that mean? That's what that means. We're pulling the trauma out of the energy field.
Yeah.
And the subtle creates the reality.
Yeah.
So for people who are non-believers or like, I'm fire, I don't find any of this. It's like the quantum physics comes before the tangible reality.
Yeah.
Quantum creates.
I've been the one, flat out, I've been the one that's been very, I don't want to believe. Not that I don't believe, I think I'm afraid of it.
Yeah, most people are.
And it kind of leads into my next question. Spiritual world.
Oh, yeah.
Which we've had a lot of conversations on our show because.
Yes.
Sorry, I just ask a lot of questions. That's
Go
just
for it.
who I am, so I apologize. I just how I go. Anyways, but we're talking about, we've interviewed somebody who does paranormal hunting, is that what you would call it, or whatever?
Hunting.
Investigating.
What are we hunting out there?
We've been invited to go to
Crazy out there.
Payson,
I'm not gonna
Arizona, or not Payson, Arizona, but
Tombstone.
they're Tombstone, Arizona. It's my old business with Payson, Arizona. Tombstone, Arizona, and do all that stuff there. I actually have a crazy fear of doing this because I don't want it to be real.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
And the reason why is my biggest fear. If I watch Poltergeist to this day, I will still go drive over to my parents' house and sleep at the base of their bed. So that gives you, it's not the like good stuff that I'd love to know was out there. It's the not so good stuff. And that's my fear, is something that's not negative I don't want to attach to me. And that's my fear, and that's why I don't want to do it. And am I susceptible, because I'm afraid of that, to be more attached to?
That's such a great question, because so many people can.
That's the one that's been bothering me, and the biggest one that I wanted to ask here, and hopefully get some.
Okay, so in this reality, part of this plane, this dimension, if you've ever heard of the 3D, and then there's the 4D and 5D, whatever, and it's infinite. But okay, down here in the tangible reality, we have contrast. We have light, dark, masculine, feminine, high, low, yin, yang. With me?
Yes.
Okay. So most people like all the light stuff, because it's warm and it feels great and it's yummy and it's woo.
Right.
Okay. What they don't realize is that we have to have the counter, the exact polarity, in order for that to exist. So within each and every one of us is light, dark, masculine, feminine, yin, yang, and high and low.
Oh, wow.
With
That's us to a T if you really think about it.
My goodness,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And so we are not conditioned culturally we're not taught about emotions.
Yeah.
We're not taught about emotional intelligence or process work or connected to earth elements. We're not taught how to naturally be able to handle these types of things, because in the darker realms, which is within all of us, look at our world. Look at our world. What our world is a huge expression of repressed shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are like projecting out here and putting on this false persona of purity, or they're so great, or look at me, I'm wonderful, everything's good, when down here they have all of this stuff not being dealt with. Okay. And so how we become more powerful and not attract, you're not going to attract like bad. There's not anything that's bad to me, because I see it in terms of contrast. Okay. And I also understand that the more willing we are to go inward to face our own demons, our own fears, our own traumas and addictions, then the more access to our light we have, and the more balanced we become in our physical body, in our emotions, in our mental bodies, in our process. And that way we're able to see. I mean, how do you think, like, I do law enforcement chaplaincy work now, until I throw something else in there. More dead bodies.
There you go.
Right? But it's like, how is it that I can keep taking this light into that level of darkness over and over and over, is because I faced my own.
Yeah, I get it.
Right?
I get it.
Yeah.
And so by facing our own fears, and again, like we all have it, there's not a perfect person alive. right?
Mhm.
And the more willing we are to stop distracting with externals and look at what our habits and our patterns are, and look at what we're doing. And it's not like good, bad, right, or wrong, but it's like, how's it working for you, right? And then when it comes to like the dark stuff, there's nothing to fear in that, because when you have more power, when you understand who you are, there's nothing that can attach to you once you're in a seated position of personal power. And that takes time. That takes meditation. That takes yoga. That takes, self-care. That takes self-inquiry. That takes willingness to be vulnerable and wrong.
You notice how she looked at me for the self-care?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does. And I mean, Wyatt's on here. So
yeah,
I wanted to say it for him. Is it Ray and Ren coming together? Is it Star Wars? The light and the dark.
What are you talking about?
Star Wars. So my friend here, he's got Rebel Scum here. Star Wars is basically it's the light and the dark. It's constantly balancing. It always has to be there.
Correct.
And
and we are in a collective shift of shifting that balance, which is what we're experiencing through 2020.
Because in Star Wars, how it ended was Rey was the perfect balance between light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And when we are in perfect balance between light and dark, we are in a space of non-dual energy, and that's infinite capability, right?
Yep.
But when we go into infinite capability, then we're kind of negating the human experience.
Yeah,
so then we got to understand we're here to be human. We're here for just like this tiniest little 5 minute time.
It's okay to have that.
It's okay to be messy, sloppy human. It's okay. All of it is just this moment right
now. There's nothing wrong with you. You have to have those things. You want to be human. You want to experience all of that.
I'm such an advocate, you guys. Like I see people die all the time, and it was the 911, and now it's the chaplaincy. And it's like most of these people, then they're on their way to work. I didn't know they were going to die that day. They're going to drive by, or they get pegged by a car or whatever. It happens all the time, every single day. So live, please live, please live. Like, take care of yourself, and like, whatever, self-responsibility. Live your life right now, because none of us are guaranteed.
Yeah. Truth. Let's just truth. Mic drop.
Thank you.
Boom.
That was, whoa. Holy cow. That actually got me. That was what I was really looking to. I'm speechless. That was amazing.
Whoa. Time out. Did I just hear that?
Shut him up.
Whoa. Okay. If you're watching, tell people to watch this show.
Yes, you have to.
This may be one of the most powerful shows we've done.
Yeah.
And we could go forever.
Not
but we don't
one
want
of. It is the most powerful show that we've ever done.
So please tell people to come watch this, because this is amazing. We are going to have.
Can I tell them where to find me?
Yes, that's exactly where I was going. She was reading me.
She knew. She saw it coming a mile away.
Okay, you guys. So the books are available on Amazon. So it's Journey into Grace, Tales of a Psychic Paramedic. There is Holistic PTSD Recovery for First Responders, Military, and their families, and a workbook to accompany that.
Yep.
And then this one is just a guidebook to kind of help you like figure out, your stuff like we were talking about.
Yeah.
You can find me on my website. It's sarakgrace.com, SARAHK and you can like reach out to me there, ask me more questions, or book a session or what else.
Yeah, and this is all in the description. So you're going to find all the links, how to get the books. Everything's in. We're going to fill this in our description of the show afterward, so that you can find her as well there. We'll also post it on our Facebook page.
Yep.
Super Producer's already on it. So we're already kicking butt, and she'll probably start throwing a lot of this up in this chat as well.
Instagram, all that kind of good
stuff. So while we're doing
that. YouTube too, the link yours to your guys'.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to cross YouTube and all that wave and energy happening.
Yes. That's right.
We got to get to the game. Because we're going to.
Are you good with these? We got another game. I mean, hey, we got games, seriousness, then games again.
Okay, so we play a game called Stump Rob and Chris.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Of course you picked this, right? Obscure Worlds edition.
Oh, okay. What are we doing? So I ask you questions?
No.
She puts a word in here, and we have to figure out what this word means.
Us, three of us?
We have to figure it out. We can all have different answers.
Okay.
And she has the answers.
Before we start, though, I have a question. Fascinating. I'll be buying your book. I have severe PTSD, but not a first responder or military. Would those books work for me?
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's one of our amazing.
Oh yeah.
She's on every one of our lives,
Uh-huh.
and just appreciate you so much. So thanks for coming
Thank
back
you.
all the
Who
time.
is it?
Jeannie Fritz,
Hi, Jeannie.
and she won one of our things, and we're actually donating we should talk about this real quick.
Yes.
We're donating a Starbucks card to a teacher.
Yes,
She asked
we
for
are.
that to donate to a teacher, and we've got that lined up, and that's actually happening next week. So we'll let you know there. We're changing our gift cards to Bagel and Bean.
Oh, good.
So we're again supporting back into our local community and our local businesses that we love and share and all that. We just work with Simply Nutrition. We're going to be announcing that soon, and there's prizes for that. So that'll be really fun.
Awesome.
Next, we're on to the game.
All right. Excuse me, I got to get loose.
Here we go.
Okay, there we go.
So the first one is, what is the meaning of wiffle?
What's the meaning?
Of wiffle. And this is obscure worlds that were words, obscure words. Wiffle. What does wiffle mean?
I just know of a wiffle ball.
That's what I was thinking. So I was thinking wiffle means that it can a changing of direction.
Okay, I'm with that.
Go ahead, you go.
No, that's
Is
my
that what
answer
you say?
too.
Okay.
Sure.
So a wiffle is actually a derivative of a waffle. And when they saw how phenomenal that the waffles came out, they were trying to incorporate it somehow for kids to be able to play with it, because the kids loved to play with their foods way back when, a million years ago. So therefore, they came up with the wiffle ball and the wiffle ball bat because of how light and smooth and how much fun they could have with it.
And they just took the waffle and they folded it over and made a ball out of it.
That too. Exactly.
Tell them what we lost.
Wiffle, to flourish a sword in sword dancing as to produce a whistling sound.
Oh.
What kind of sword are they whipping out there?
Hey.
This is not that kind of show. This is
Okay,
not Chris.
sorry.
And you guys can answer too. We love it when you try to not be stumped. All right, next one. What is the meaning of
I've never even heard that. I've been all through 4 books.
Spangu. What is the meaning of Spangu?
You're a big spangu. You know, it's Italian dialect.
There we go. Go on.
You know, and it's a swear word.
Yeah, I'd say it's a cuss word. That's what we say. Italian cuss word.
Yes.
I'm going to go with what is it? Because I have no clue.
Spang here. To throw violently into the air, especially to throw a frog into the air from the end of a stick.
A frog. So,
wow.
Obscure.
So it's
Oh.
flinging a frog from the end of a stick into the air.
Called
It's Spangu.
Okay.
Where is this? Where does that happen in the world?
Obviously not right here.
No. So
Okay.
Calaveras County, maybe? I don't know.
They jumped it.
Yeah, true.
You can't put words that I can't even pronounce.
That's the fun part.
Okay. What is the meaning of axinomancy? Axinomancy.
Axinomancy.
Girl, you're stumping me, and I'm a writer.
I know. Wow.
Axinomancy. Wow.
It goes back to the ancient times of axe throwing. And it's how fancy their axes that they have that they throw. So therefore, that's the axinomancy.
There you go. That works.
I think it's the altar to romance.
Ooh.
It's the act of no romance. So it's actually not,
Oh.
it's spelling apart from romance.
Okay.
Interesting.
How right
What is
am
it?
I?
So Chris gets a quarter of a point.
Oh, no.
Because it is divination by means of the movements of an axe placed on a post.
Wow.
It really did have to do with an act.
Mm-hmm.
So repeat that so everybody can hear it again.
Divination by means of the movements of an axe placed on a post.
Okay, what is divination?
It's not.
Split.
It's the rut.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
Cut in the wood.
Oh, dividing.
So like
It's gonna do that.
going to get axed, we would be axinomancing,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
Essentially.
It's actually,
Oh, it has to be at a post, right?
well, for this, for divination means more the spiritual one, like divining rods or
Okay.
Interesting.
seeing the future kind of thing.
Okay.
Woo!
Divining rods or seeing the future, axinomancy.
I
Interesting.
should know that word. Then.
And spangu, just because Jeannie asked, the practice of flinging
Throwing
a
a frog.
frog off of a stick into the air. It's obscure.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're gonna know this one. What's the meaning of breeches part?
Oh,
You were talking about this the other day.
yeah, I know. You go first.
Oh, thanks a lot. You're the one that talked about it.
Yeah, I know.
I go.
I know
I
you
go.
know.
No, I go into an X-rated, so I'm just not gonna.
No, tell us what your breeches
Oh
part
yeah,
is.
you got him now.
No,
you got him now. Yeah. All right.
No.
What is the breeches part?
Pass. Go ahead.
What is the breeches part? You got to talk. You talked about it the other day.
I honestly have no clue.
It is not an X-rated term.
Okay, good.
Then that ruins my thought.
Leave it to
But
me.
actually, it is something simple. It is. It's the old way of saying the part of your hair,
Oh.
but it's not left or right. It's when people breach the middle.
Interesting. I was actually going to say it was when animals come through the water. That's the breeches part.
There you go.
Okay. Breeches part, a theatrical role that is regularly or frequently played by an actress in male costume. So think of Peter Pan.
Breeches roll. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
So in Peter Pan, when typically a female plays Peter Pan, although it is a
Oh,
male
role.
part.
How
like
did
that.
I?
That's a breeches part.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I liked my one.
I bet you did.
Anyway,
What
Next.
what is the meaning of poltophagy?
Phagy is
Phagy?
speaking,
yeah.
or is it
No, Fauci is
Poltophagy.
speaking. Difficulty speaking.
speaking?
Yeah.
Poltophagy. Poltophagy.
Polto. I keep on getting chicken and stuff.
I was in chicken too.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Chicken what?
A chicken that has difficulty speaking.
There you go.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, they're really obscure. That's why it stump us. Poltophagy. I keep going with chicken too, but that's pollo.
I know. And stop sign.
So I
A
think
chicken that
it's.
stops talking. Oh.
I actually think it has to do with food.
Okay.
And poltophagy is actually the art in Cuba of making a Cuban sandwich.
Oh.
So it's the art of making that specialized sandwich.
Okay, there you go. Final answer.
It is thorough chewing of food until it becomes like porridge.
That's what I was saying.
Ah.
It's that process of making that.
So it was something to do with mouth.
Yeah, it was.
You were
I
right.
get some form of points.
Rob
right?
gets negative points.
Bonus. I win.
These are tough. Always.
Yeah, those are hard.
All right, next one. How many more we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay. What is a gynecologist?
That is not what that
Oh, what is a Gaius scutus? Gaius scutus? Is that
Scotus?
says. I think you're pronouncing it right.
Gaius scutus? Wow, I'm actually going to show this because let's see if I can
Scotus.
see who's quick on Google. Gaius
I'm not gonna look it up.
scutus.
By the way,
I don't
all
know.
these words are in the dictionary.
Oh, of course.
I don't know.
I can't even begin to formulate an idea of what that would be.
I am absolutely.
Okay, go. What is it?
What is it? You got to know what this is.
Gaius Guttus, an imaginary, large, four-legged beast with legs on one side, longer than the other, for walking on hillsides.
Oh, wow. Is that like that's a magical creature.
That's interesting.
I love the dictionary.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay, let's get through these two.
Okay.
What is the meaning of Hapax legomenon?
Legomenon.
I don't know what any of these are.
I think it's legomenon.
It's not, because you heard me look up how to
Hapax,
pronounce
oh
it.
yes, oh my gosh. Hapax legomenon. It's
That's
actually
simple.
it's from the Scottish
Absolutely.
and the old Viking. And it's where Lego got its name.
Oh.
Because it's the way that they stacked the bricks. And it created what was called a hapax, which was the entrance to the boats for the Vikings. It was basically like their what do you call it?
Sure, it wasn't.
Yes, okay.
But what it actually is it's Stonehenge, and like the monolith that Stonehenge is, it is the building around that. It's called the hapax. And then what you don't know about Stonehenge is it used to have walls and all that kind of good stuff. So therefore, inside was can we see that again? Legomenon.
Yes.
And they would discuss and be able to work things out. How close are we?
Did you have an idea?
No, I'm just.
You just go along with
She's
it.
done. She's like, you guys are killing me.
Hapax legomenon, a word or form occurring only once in a document.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like I said.
They had to make up a
Wow.
word like that to explain that the word is
That's
once in a
incredible.
Oh my
document.
God, that is too funny.
Wow. All right. Oh, you know this one?
Mysticism.
Yes. It's
Yes.
no, but it's Misticism.
Oh, I read it as mysticism.
Yeah, that's-
I'm like, that's a good one.
It's supposed to be
How perfect is that?
mysticism.
Perfect.
She was like, "What is mysticism?" No, because super producer put Misticism instead of mysticism. But we would have been all, yeah. She got
I
you.
don't know.
She got you on that one. What is Misticism? It's mysticism without an S.
Oh, exactly. Well, it was.
So it's not as magical.
It's actually about singing about a female. Okay, it's my decision. My decision.
Oh,
It's-
boy, I love you.
Wow. So you remember the song "My Sharona"? Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yes. That's
So
it.
so I'm going to go on the same thing because it's definitely about possession. It's the act of possessing a breath mint because it's my tack.
Ism.
Ism. So it's when you have a strong belief in your breath and that you want to breathe,
Oh,
you want to
God.
have good breath. That's what my tack is.
Oh my God.
I was
All right.
dead on, wasn't I?
Excessive or wrong use of the sound of the letter M.
Oh my God. There's really words for these?
Excessive use of the letter M.
Excessive or wrong use of the sound of the letter M, like
Oh, so if you go or
I think we just had a. Thanks.
This is
that
my favorite
was
game ever.
great. What a great show!
Oh my God, Sarah.
Thank
I love you
guys.
and thank you so much for being with us
Oh
tonight.
my
Absolutely.
gosh.
Thanks
Oh
for
my
coming
God.
down. This is
I
wonderful.
really I'm just so glad to have met
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, likewise.
And this
Thank
is
you.
so much fun and answered some things that I had some questions that were in my head that I was thinking about as we're going forward and doing certain things.
I don't know about you, but I know there's so many more questions that I have.
So many more questions.
Would you want to come back and
Of
give us a
course.
hard time again?
Oh, for sure.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yes.
please contact Sarah. Get
Yeah.
the
Oh my
books.
God, yeah.
If you want to work with anything, through anything, whatever it may be,
Mhm.
I think that's definitely get a session, have questions, have conversations, but share the show with people because I think that'll really get people to understand why they
The
need
who,
to
what's,
know
when, where's,
Sarah.
and hows. Yep.
If you don't know Sarah, you need to. That's
Yeah.
true to this.
Thanks,
Oh
guys.
God, yeah,
Yay.
Absolutely.
definitely.
Well,
So thank you. We went way beyond our time
Yeah.
because we had just kept. How do you stop this?
You can't.
Besides going, what up? We'll see you next time. Subscribe to our show, like, comment, share.
All
We
that.
love you.
And if you're on podcast,
Yes.
Anchor by Spotify, hey, thank you guys for listening. Have a great
Absolutely.
night.
Get the
day.
What Up with Rob and Chris sandwich at Bagel and Bean.
That
Go
too.
to Get Axe. Go support
That
our
three.
local community businesses that are happening right now. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys.
She's a
real
local
soon.
business too.
That's right. Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yay.
That was awesome.